Please hit the subscribe button for more content. Hi, welcome to episode 3 in our series of how to use the Racing Bet Data website. Again, looking at data, this episode we're going to be looking at the pre-race download file. Again, accessible to all members. This is updated once a day in the morning, usually before 8 a.m, but certainly before 9 a.m. each day. It's a standalone flat Excel file. You'll find information about the file on the landing page here, and you can download the file from this central location. Again, it tells you here when the last file was updated. You can also download a sample, so anybody who's not an advanced member, a basic member, you can download a sample to get a feel for what sort of content is within the file itself. Let's download it and have a look. So it should open automatically on the device I've got. Daily file, open it up. And now what this gives you is, like I said, a standalone daily output of all horses running or due to run today. Now these are split by track down the bottom, and there's also a combined tab. Now if I just align these so you can see all of the columns, these are direct outputs from our data dashboard or database, and there's also some additional columns calculated within this sheet. A lot of our current members use this as their go-to for their system and strategy testing. So the first thing to note is that you have the horse column J, and you have every horse due to run today and those horses' entire race history. So looking here, if we look down, you can see Amelia, due to run today, 14th of the 5th. You can see that horse's full history. You can see where that horse has run, the going, the type of race, the distance, the time of the race, all the details around the jockey, the trainer. Again, it's information that you can get out of the data dashboard, but it's condensed and modeled into a different way. So you have an at-a-glance view of every horse running today. It's a more advanced way of looking at form. So the traditional old school methods of looking at your newspaper and a bookmaker wall, those are long gone. This gives you everything you need in one place, accessible easily every day. Let's scroll to the right and see what else we have in here. So we have the ranking of the horse. Now, obviously pre-race, the odds aren't known. The SP, starting price of a horse, isn't known. So where you have the blanks here, that will be because the Betfair data isn't known. Where you have a populated SP for the industry, this uses what's called the tissue price or forecast price, the estimation of the starting price of that horse. Some members use that to build into their systems and forecast where a horse is likely to be and if they're over or under those odds at the time that they're looking to place their bets or trades. Further to the right, we can see here, so the predicted SP, as I said, that will be the same before the race starts, but you can see here the line above, that was the predicted SP. The actual SP for that horse was lower. Now you do need to factor in rule 4s and the fact that there could be withdrawals, so a forecasted SP might drop because horses have withdrawn, so there's a smaller field, therefore a greater chance of that horse winning the race and therefore lower odds. So you would need to factor that in if you are looking to use that as part of your system or strategy. Then we go across and look at all the distance, winning distance, the place. So obviously where a horse has won in this instance, first, there was no winning distance to the horse in front because there were no horses in front. It won. Head, 3.5 lengths, self-explanatory really, the distance between the horse we're looking at and the horse that finished in front of it. You can see the number of runners. You've got the tick drops in running and the tick increases. Now ticks, these are on the Betfair exchange. A tick is one price movement. So whether that's from 6 to 6.2 or whether it's from 1.12 to 1.13, that is known as a tick. Now you can see the percentage SP drop. So that's how low in running the horse went compared to its starting price. Again, using Betfair odds. Very popular for people who want to use data such as this for their in-play trading, whether they forecast a horse will drop to a certain level or whether they think a horse is not going to drop in play. They use this. It's very popular. A lot of trading techniques stem from this sheet. We have more details around the horse itself. So the runs in the last 18 months. So calendar based on that date of the race, how many runs have that horse had at that time. Then you have the last time out, LTO, last time out, 5 from last, 4 from last, third from last, 2 from last, and the last race that shows the percentage drop. Then you see the in-play low for the last 5 races for each horse, and obviously that changes race by race as you go through. You can look at the wins in the last 5. So similar things that you can get on the dashboard, and you can filter, as we've shown in episode 1. If you haven't seen that video, go back and watch episode 1 and episode 2 before getting stuck into this one. But these outputs are controlled from the dashboard. You can use that for testing, downloading bulk data and analyzing. This is obviously a snapshot of today's races. You can also get historic files from within the archive as well. If I bring back the web page, you can see here, these are all archived back to August 2020, which was the inception point of the pre-race download. Several of our members. We then have the average drops in the last 5 and the average drop in the last 18 months. So again, that's the percentage drop in odds between the starting price and the in-play low. We have the racing bet data rating and rank. Now that will only show for the race itself, today's racing. We don't have those historically, but those are stored in the database. So if you want to export and analyze on the racing bet data rating and the rank, those can be done through the data dashboard itself. You see the number of previous races, so obviously those go up incrementally as the horse runs more races. That number will increase. The days since the last time out, so you can see here 295 days. There was a big gap to the last race, and then a big gap to the last race before that for All In Pedder. Where were we? We were here. Previous races, last time out. Course winner, course distance winner, pretty self-explanatory. The class difference since the last time out. Now there's a class rating for UK races, not for Irish racing, but that shows you whether the horse has gone up or down in class. Official rating difference since the last time out. Number of course wins, distance wins, going wins, distance in furlongs, up in trip, the weight in pounds, the weight difference since last time out, the tear weight, which is a difference, a combined score. This is used for handicapping, looking at the difference between the official rating and the weight as a combined figure. You've got the race rating for today, the DOB percentage. So DOB is double or bust. So whether the horse drops in odds by half or doesn't, it's you double your money or you lose your stake. And then a running total, if you were to stake £1 on every race for every horse as a DOB. Percentage of rivals beaten, so how many of the horses in that field for that race did that horse finish in front? So if it's a 10 horse race and it finished 9th, then it finished in front of 10% of the field. Obviously if it's winning, it's 100%. Percentage of rivals beaten to date, so that's a running average of how many horses this horse has beaten in the field. Last time out position, tick drops. This is looking at the money made if you were to back to lay. So backing at a Betfair SP, laying at 10 ticks below, 25 ticks below, 50 ticks below in that race. You can see this horse didn't drop, which is why you would have lost your £10 stake. So we can go back and have a look. What I'm talking about here, the SP was 15.9. It dropped to 16.5 in running, which was not enough ticks to qualify for a 10, 50, 25 or 50 tick profit. In fact, it increased, so it didn't go lower than this at all in running. -1 gives us that figure there, so it actually increased, so it had a bad start. That's what we can conclude from that figure. So you can see here a loss across the board. Then you have the running totals. So if you were to have backed that horse to drop by 10 ticks, back to lay every race that it run, you'd have a running total loss of £51.62, 23.22 if you're backing 25, and backing 50 ticks back to lay, a running total loss of 30.31. Obviously, some horses are more profitable, some are more negative, so that can give you a guide, but you've obviously got to factor in other things: jockey changes, distance changes, up in trips, weights, handicapping, all sorts. But this gives you everything in one place. You've got the official rating, the headgear that's worn, the Betfair ranking of the horse, so that's whether it was the favourite, shortest price, through to the outsiders. And obviously, again, we don't have that for the race that hasn't been run yet today. And then you have a combined filter here, which shows you the race today. So if you wanted to look at just races at Tipperary 1550, we can simply put filter on here, Tipperary 1550. Let's just clear these out. 1850, sorry. 6:50 p.m. Tipperary. Filter by this. Now you can obviously filter by whatever you want, but this brings up all of the horses that are running today or due to run today in the 6:50 at Tipperary, and all of their history. So you've excluded everything else from that. So you can see here just a list of those horses running today. And again, all of their details across the right hand side. So a really useful file, all the data contained in one place. Selections tab. Now this is just a way of using slices and pivot tables to analyze. So you can use any of these across the right. So if you wanted to look at all horses that have 4 wins in the last 5 races, you can do this. Now, obviously, this doesn't just look at today's. You'd need to filter by the date as well, and there's no horses running today. You can see here the date of that race, where those horses that had 4 wins in their last 5, and you can see where they place. So none of those horses actually went on to win. Now, this is just looking at the horses due to run today. If you wanted a further scope of that, that's where you'd use the data dashboard. This file is purely looking at horses running today, and it will allow you to hone in just on those scheduled horses today. So again, really useful file. People use this, export it. It's available first thing in the morning. You can build your archive up, save these files, rename them. If you miss a day, you've got them all in here. If you join as a member and you weren't previously one, you can obviously access all of these. All of those files are available for you to export, download as Excel standalone files. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more useful content.